Good day to everyone. My name is Fjolla GASHI and currently I'm a PhD candidate in Agricultural University of Tirana, Department of Finance and Accounting. Today I will present my research titled Financing Challenges for Dairy Farms in Kosovo, an analysis of the current financial system. This study explores the current financial situation, the challenges farmers face, and possible solutions to improve access to finance. This presentation includes several chapters, starting with the introduction, where we will talk about agriculture and the dairy sector in Kosovo, to continue with the materials and methods, where the tools used to carry out this research will be specified in detail. Then we will present the results, which will be discussed, to end with the conclusions and recommendations. Of course, the acknowledgements and references used are attached. As I mentioned before, we will briefly highlight importance of agriculture in Kosovo, which plays a very important role in creating employment opportunities and income through import substitution and free access to the European Union market. Based on data, it contributes 6.9% to GDP and employ 5.2% of the workforce. However, it is dominated by small farms with low productivity and limited advisory support, making growth and sustainability difficult. As the focus of the research is dairy sector, we will emphasize importance and challenges of the sector. The dairy sector is of particular importance to Kosovo's economy as it contributes to the production of basic foodstuffs and offers opportunities for employment and rural development. The contribution of the dairy industry to Kosovo's GDP is estimated at around 132 million euros or 2.48% of GDP. Total milk production in 2022 was 276,000 tons, 1% lower than in 2021, due to the lower number of dairy cows. The dairy sector is mainly focused on products from dairy cows with 97%, and small ruminants such as sheep and goats with only 3%. Domestic production does not meet the population's needs, meaning that the trade balance remains negative at 36.7 million euros. However, the sector faces major challenges because despite the good potential for the development of livestock farming in Kosovo, milk production is still mainly concentrated on small farms with low productivity. To support sustainable agricultural development, continuous investment is essential, but it is said that funds provided by the government for agricultural development are insufficient. Nevertheless, agricultural loans make up 2.1% of the bank portfolio and 19.5% of the portfolio of microfinance institutions. Although agriculture continues to play an important role in the country's economy, its contribution to GDP and employment has declined compared to previous years. To close or to end this chapter, we will shortly mention some international strategies which offer insights to improve the financial situation and sustainable development of the agricultural sector, including here the dairy sector, such as Asia with bank loan reforms, European Union with diversified loans and reduced interest rates, Pakistan with a more creative approach, such as digital lending platforms, and Africa with government reallocation of funds to high growth areas. The aim of this study is to investigate how farmers can gain better access to sustainable financing and to identify ways to improve financial policy in Kosovo. Next, we will present materials and methods used to realize this research. The area and sample size were determined on the basis of national data on the number of local dairy farms, production and contribution to the dairy sector. Therefore, the sample included a total of 136 dairy farms in several municipalities of Kosovo, such as Pristina, Lipian, Shtimet, Ranas, Skenderaj, and Podujeva. The data collection was based on a well-structured questionnaire divided into three sections: The first one on farmers' demographic data, the second one on the sources of financing and challenges farmers face in using them, and the third one on the economic financial situation of the farms. The data was collected through direct interviews with local farmers over a period of 3 months. After data collection, analyses were developed as the basis for presenting results and conclusions. The SPSS program was used to carry out descriptive analysis, which includes 3 analyses in total. The first one is about demographic characteristics of farmers. The second has to do with structure of farms, and the last one with the financial situation of farms. The same analysis will be presented during the following chapter, which is results and discussion. So, the first or demographic analysis includes variables such as gender, age, and education. The results show that 91.2% of farmers are male and 8 point, and 8.8% female, reflecting a gender imbalance in the profession. In terms of age, 50% of farmers are between 31 to 15 years old, while under 30 years old, there is a low representation, which highlights a limited interest in agriculture among the younger generations. In terms of education, approximately 62% of farmers have completed secondary school, 25% have only attended primary school, and 13% have higher education, highlighting the need for training programs, especially for those with low education. The second, or farm structure analysis, includes variables such as farm size, number of cows, average daily yield per cow, and farm activity. The results show that the majority of farms, or 61%, managed over 7 hectares, while only 2.2% operated on less than 1 hectare. This could be a positive result, as larger farms have more opportunities for investment and better resource management. In terms of herd size, 42% of farms had between 7 and 12 cows, and 31% had over 12 cows. The average daily milk yield per cow showed that 78% of farms produced 13 to 19 liters per day, while only 15.5% reached over 20 liters, highlighting the potential for productivity improvements through better management practices and opportunities to increase productivity in the future. Further, 50% of farms have been active for more than 11 years, which offers opportunities for further development and increased productivity. The last analysis, or that of financial resources, show that farmers use different sources of financing to support their agricultural activities. The two most important were capital, with 74%, and the majority of farmers, or approximately 94%, were beneficiaries of subsidies, which are generally seen as short-term support. Compared to these, bank loans, which are considered the main source of financing, are only 46%, and this is explained by high interest rates and strict loan conditions, indicating the need to restructure credit policies in agriculture. Non-bank loans, grants, and remittances as informal sources showed a small participation, and usually in combination with other sources, because such sources create dependence and not opportunities for long-term development. The findings so far highlight the limited role of financial institutions in promoting agricultural development and the need to provide farmers with more accessible loan and financing opportunities. So we have provided more details about loans. As in other sectors of the economy, loan is a key element for agricultural development. According to the responses of the interviewed farmers, 89% had applied for loan at commercial banks, while only 11% had applied at microfinance institutions. In terms of loan amount, the highest percentage, or 35% of farmers, had applied for loan below 10,000 euros, while the lowest percentage, or only 3%, had applied for loans from 80,000 to 200,000 euros. Of the group of interviews, 72 farmers were not loan seekers and gave various reasons for not using bank loans, turning to informal financial sources. In particular, 38% mentioned high interest rates, 33% stated that they did not need the loan, 12% did not have sufficient information about the application procedures, 10% believed that the loan criteria were too strict, and 7% said that they did not meet the application requirements. In conclusion, these results indicate that high interest rates and strict loan conditions are the main barriers for local farmers, highlighting the need to restructure credit policies for agricultural sector in Kosovo. The results provided a solid basis for conclusions and recommendations that will be summarized below. So, demographic analysis highlights gender inequality, an aging farming population, and low levels of education, uh, highlighting the need for financial and managerial training. Farm structure analysis shows that most farms are larger than 7 hectares, have 7 to 12 cows, with daily production of 12 to 19 liters per day. With over 11 years of operation, the farms have the potential to increase productivity through better access to finance. Financial analysis highlight capital and subsidies as the main sources of financing, while remittances, grants, and non-bank loans remain informal and insufficient for long-term investments. Bank loans offer a formal solution, but high interest rates and strict criteria limit access. In conclusion, the following recommendations emerge: restructuring of lending policy and increasing the share of agricultural loan in the overall banked portfolio. Second one is training and educational support for farmers, especially regarding record keeping and best agricultural practices. And last one is long-term support for investment is necessary so that informal sources, such as subsidies, are not only used to cover temporary costs, but also to support long-term investments. In this way, expectations are focused on creating a more favorable environment for the development of the dairy sector and decreasing its sustainability in Kosovo. We sincerely thank all the farmers for their time and willingness to participate in the interviews. Their valuable contributions made the study possible. At the end, all references used are attached. Thank you for your time. I'm open to any question you may have.